everybody, Andrew here. Today we are going to have a look at Slim Dusty's tune When the Rain Tumbles Down in July. Now, if my memory serves me right, this was one of his early songs, somewhere around about 1946, back when he was a young whippersnapper. So we've had some requests for it, so I'm going to show you how to play it. Now, this song only needs 3 chords, so we're going to need an open C chord, a F chord. Now this F chord, I'm playing it with my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, which is a C note. That's putting a C in the bass, because as you're well aware, Slim plays that alternating bass pattern. So it's going to be index finger across the B and E strings 1st fret, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, pinky is going to be on the 3rd fret of the D string, and then 3rd finger will be on the 3rd fret of the A string. Last chord will be an open G chord, and if you want to play it like Slim, we're going to play it with our pinky on the 3rd fret on the high E string, and then our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string. And that will allow you to be as authentic as possible. Now, for all of this song, Slim uses his alternating bass. So the way that works is we play the tonic or the root note of each chord on beats 1 and 3, and then we're playing our alternating bass note on beats 2 and 4. So for our C chord, you're going to pick the A string and then strum. Then you're going to move your 3rd finger to the 3rd fret of the low E string, which is a G note, pick that and strum. So it should sound like this. Now for our F chord, the tonic will be on the D string, so we're going to go D string, strum, and then we're going to go A string, strum. And for our G chord, it's going to be the low E string and then the open D string. Now that we've got the chords out of the way, the last thing that you're going to need is a little bass note run. And in this case, it simply goes open A string to the 2nd fret. Now you'll hear Slim using that little run leading up to some C chords. The other spot that you'll see it is in what I'm going to call verse 3. In the 2nd half, there's a stop. So it sort of goes. So he's got a little stop and he uses that bass note run then. Now, as far as the structure of this song goes, it's essentially an 8-bar chord progression. And for each verse, we're doing a repeat of that. So 16 bars in total. Now, I guess verse 1 and verse 2, there's going to be a little extra bar of C thrown in at the end. And then after verse 3, there's going to be an 8-bar outro. But let's look at that verse chord progression. It starts off with 2 beats of C, followed by 2 beats of G. Then we're back to C for a bar. We have a bar of F, back to a bar of C, another bar of F, another bar of C, then we do yet another bar of C, followed by a bar of G. And that is our entire chord progression. So you just play that twice, and I'll play through it now so you can have a bit of a listen. As I said previously, you'll need to tag on 1 bar of C at the end of verse 1 and 2. And then at the end of verse 3, what we've got is a little 8-bar outro. Now this 8-bar outro is nearly identical to our verse chord progression, with the exception of the last 2 bars. So to run through it, we're going to play that 2 beats of C, followed by 2 beats of G. Then we do a full bar of C, bar of F, another bar of C, back to F, back to C once again, and this is where it changes. We go back to doing 2 beats of C, 2 beats of G, And this is where we slow down. You'll actually hear it on the album. We go C to F, back to C. And that's how the tune finishes. So I'll just play through that outro for you. Was the introduction, and that is simply 2 bars of our C chord. So if you want, you can do a little walking bass note run into that. And that bass note run was simply 3rd fret on the low E string, open A string, 2nd fret on the A string, finishing up on that C root note so we can start our pick strum pattern. Well, there you have it. That's the entire tune of When the Rain Tumbles Down in July. Hope you've enjoyed this quick little tutorial. You've learnt yet another Slim Dusty song. If you've got any requests or there's other songs you want to learn, let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It helps me out a bunch. Give it a like, give it a share with all your Slim Dusty friends or anyone else who just likes good Australian country music. But until next time, cheers.